I woke up, construction workers were carrying me onto the sidewalk and going, "You okay, buddy? What's going on?" And I came to.
Welcome to Howie Mandel Does Stuff. I'm Howie Mandel.
I'm Jacqueline Schultz, his daughter.
Mark Normand is back.
Hey, good to be here, Fatty. Thanks for having me.
Good to be here. What?
Nothing.
Fatty?
It's a term of endearment.
He called you,
to
hopefully
who?
you, Fatty.
Well, I only say it if you're not fat. I wouldn't say that to John Panette or Ralphie May or Lizzo.
You picked two dead people and a living person.
Well, no one likes white men.
Mark Normand is one of the funniest guys on the scene today. And it's getting funnier and growing. And right now on Netflix. Is this your first Netflix special? Because I knew you had a big one on YouTube.
Had a big one on YouTube, and I got a Netflix half hour, and then I had to do well on that to earn the hour.
Well, he earned it. And it's called Soup to Nuts, and it is really funny.
Oh, thank you, sir.
It was really funny, and it was shot in Chicago at the Vic Theater.
Oh, yeah.
Why'd you pick Chicago? Because you live in New York, you're from New Orleans. Why Chicago?
I blew my load on all the road cities. I've been to Denver, Phoenix, and Portland, Seattle, all right before the taping. And I hadn't been to Chicago. I said, so let's go to Chicago. I can sell tickets again there. It's been long enough in the tour that I'm fresh again.
Well, you didn't, though, the way, that seems like a little backwards in the sense that, and Chicago's great. I did my first HBO special ever in Chicago, and I do love it. And I'm not
Great
knocking
town.
Chicago. It is a great town. It's a great comedy town.
Yeah.
That's a great venue that you shot in.
Oh, yeah.
But you would think that you would have, you're telling me you picked Chicago because you blew your load in every other town, where you would say, if I wanted to be the hometown guy, if I wanted to do it in New Orleans or I wanted to do it in New York, you would think that you would plan your tour and getting ready to it by hitting all the other cities. So you did routing first, and then whatever was left.
Exactly. But if Chicago's left, that you could do worse than Chi-Town.
Yeah.
So great there. Norm Macdonald's a special there, and he's my hero.
I love Norman. We talked about that last time.
Oh,
Fellow
okay.
Canadian. We
Canuck.
came from the last thing. Things have changed for you since the last
You
time
think?
we met.
I've transitioned.
Really?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, you are even more beautiful than I imagined you would be.
Thank you. I'm going out for the WNBA.
You're married now. You weren't married last time.
Is that right?
Yeah, you were just doing anal last time. Remember with the tarp?
Oh, yeah.
I remember your story.
Still can't get in there. I've gotten a vise, pliers, nothing works.
She's tight.
Oh, yeah.
You're married now to a beautiful young lady who's also a comedian and has her own podcast. What's it called?
Risque Business. It's all about business scandals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a good concept.
It is.
Two lovely ladies, and it's a weekly pod. Check it out.
So we'll check it out. And so you're married, and you have a special. And well, you had a special before, but in Netflix. Why did you want to go do a Netflix special? Because I asked that, and I think it's worthy of it.
Sure.
It's worth watching, worth having. But I think
Spit it out, Howie. I can take it. Come on.
As opposed to YouTube, where everybody has access to it, where not everybody is going to want to pay the $15 a month or whatever it costs now for Netflix to go watch it.
It's a good question.
I know.
Well, YouTube, I did it. I conquered. I came, I saw on the guy's back, and then I said, well, let's go to a new one and maybe get some new people. You know, because you already got the YouTube audience. Let's get a new audience.
The YouTube audience is the world, though.
Well, Netflix is global as well. But it's not free.
Netflix is pretty big. I think most people have Netflix.
Oh,
or
yeah.
access to Netflix.
You know, when I was a kid, and when I was his age, and I was doing specials, you know, the thing to go for was the HBO special.
Those days are over.
I know you made in the. I don't want to give away any of your jokes, but it was very funny. In Soup to Nuts, you talk about
I can't believe you watched. I'm honored. This is wild.
HBO being like porn a little bit. But
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah.
I don't want to give away your jokes. But
Okay.
but it's worth it. No spoilers. You will laugh from beginning to end. Even the way you're introduced is very funny.
Oh boy! All right, I appreciate it. Well, you got to get a joke in anywhere you can. But Netflix, it's like the lady that you couldn't bang in high school, and now you can finally bang her, and you're not going to pass up that chance.
Okay.
Meaning, like, I couldn't get a Netflix special years ago. I was always trying. They wouldn't answer the phone, and then I finally got there. So when they say, "Hey, meet me in my hotel room at 9:00," I'm going.
Now, since you conquered that, would you do it again?
Maybe. But Netflix has a new deal. I don't know if I'm supposed to divulge this, but
but I know it. They don't give you the money.
They don't give you a ton of money. But I think if you come back, did they invite you to the dance again? I think that's when the moolah goes up.
That's in fact. Oh, I don't want to give away that. That's a very funny opening. The way you talked about your show.
You can give it away.
Yeah, so they said, the people that brought you Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, and Seinfeld, and everybody, Kevin Hart, and all these big Netflix specials. With all the money they spent on those, this was the little money that they had left over, right?
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, with the couple of bucks you got left.
Yes, you got.
Ladies
this
and gentlemen,
queef.
You got this queef.
That's me.
I saw queef is your word. Comedy is you've made comedy your brand too.
No one grabbed it.
Isn't that funny? We talked about that last time. That's his. I think that's his catchphrase. Is that a catchphrase? I don't know. Comedy.
I would say because I bombed so much, so I had to go. This is comedy. That's where it came from. I'm trying to be funny. I don't know if you guys.
But you sold
that.
merch with
comedy.
It
just caught on. Now a guy bicycles past me in Manhattan. He goes comedy. So it just caught on like herpes.
Well, I
can't get rid of it.
Yeah. I think it's like herpes.
Yeah.
You can enjoy it. It's fun to get, but then it sticks with you. Herpes or comedy? I think comedy. Are you guys going to have, so now you got married. You got married in November.
Yeah, she's got herpes.
And are you going to have kids?
Yeah, I'd like to. You guys, you got a whole sweatshop cooking here. Maybe I want to do something like that.
Yeah.
You have them work for you?
Yeah.
Or with you.
Santa's workshop over here, even though you're Jewish.
It is, but this is speaking of being a Jew. These are the cheapest employees.
Ah, good point.
They get room and board. Not anymore. They're grown and they live on their own and they do. I also remember the last time. Did you have a big wedding?
Big wedding. She really went all out. She did the whole thing.
Where's she from?
She's from Cape Cod.
Wow.
Yeah. So we didn't want to go to Cape Cod. Come on, it smells like fish, like my ex. And so he said, I'm from New Orleans. That's a cool town. Let's do it there. We went to the French Quarter. We rented this old kind of French antique mansion kind of thing and did it up. We got a brass band. We got a raw bar. Went to town.
Why did I read that you got? Was it like twice? Did you have a little wedding someplace in New York, and then you went to New Orleans? There was not two ceremonies.
No,
just the one. So when I do research, it's not necessarily about the guest that's going to be on the show, but there are people that have done that.
Oh yeah,
yeah, not you.
A little indulgent, if you ask me.
To have two?
Yeah, that's a lot to ask of your friends. How many gifts are we talking?
Do you pay for the wedding, or does the bride's family, or?
I paid for it, and I said, you plan it, I'll pay.
Maybe it's not indulgent. Maybe it's considerate of the guests because the ones that live there can go there and then not come to the other one. And the ones
okay, that's true.
Yeah.
I guess you got something there because nobody wants to travel.
Yeah.
You hate to get that phone call.
So you weren't considerate. You were an asshole.
Damn.
Yeah.
But man, how many of your friends actually live in New Orleans? You're in the world of comedy. She's not from there. So everybody had to travel. That's a big expense for people coming to you.
Yeah. And I'll get married again. So, you know.
Is it everything you thought it would be? You guys have been going out for a few years. You're not.
Yeah, it's all nothing new. It's kind of the same. It does feel good because
you should work for Hallmark.
It feels good because you're kind of locked in. You know that you don't have to worry. Like I'm a worry guy. I'm insecure. So if she doesn't answer a text 2 years ago, I'm like, I'm out. It's over. She hates me. She figured out that I'm a fraud.
Yeah.
And now if she doesn't answer a text, I'm like, great. Give me a minute.
Yeah, she could be dead.
She's stuck.
Yeah, there you go.
She could be dead if you're lucky. You don't know.
It's a great position for the ladies. Are you married, madam?
Yes.
Yeah. So you know,
Madam, Jackie,
the lady,
my lady,
darling.
We just went to the my lady.
You
Why
never
is
know.
it a great position for the ladies?
Well, don't if you divorce, you get the stuff, right?
Or the other way around.
Well, who's got more stuff?
Jackie Jackie, my daughter,
Yes.
comes from a very successful family.
Oh, yeah, I've seen the warehouse. It's very impressive.
It's all her stuff. This is her.
He's not getting this warehouse.
I hope not.
No.
Can't lose this.
No.
No, I kept the warehouse. He took the daughter.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's an even
Did you
trade.
speaking of which, did you do a prenup?
Well, I tried.
Did you really?
I was too late. I was like, oh, that sounds like a fun idea. And then the marriage was already sealed. You got to do it before.
Well, it says what? The word, the part of the nup The pre part.
Yeah,
Were you just trying to post nup?
I was trying to post nup.
After you were married?
It just popped in my head like, oh, I should do that. And then I called around and they said it's a little late.
You can sign a post nup.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could sign a contract whenever you want.
Really?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she's a comedian, you're a comedian. You're doing a lot better than she is, right?
Well, she's got another real job.
What does she do?
Influence stuff.
That's a real job.
Well, it's a 9 to 5. I don't know.
She's an influencer.
You don't know what her other job
She's
is?
like the middleman for middle woman for
influencer.
Yeah.
So
I
like a
don't really
manager,
understand.
like an agent.
Not an agent, but like, what do you got here? Pellegrino wants to hook up with Kylie. She's
Yeah.
the middle person
Like
between Pellegrino.
Oh, like an agent,
And
kind
Is
of.
that
I
an
just
agent?
said an agent.
All right. Well, she's not. She doesn't call me sport and wear a suit and drive a Tesla. So that's what I think of when I think of an agent.
Really?
And she's not Jewish.
Right. Everything you think an agent should be.
Yes, that's a hell of
I
an
don't
agent.
think my agent isn't Jewish.
What?
No.
Muslim?
Nope.
What's left?
David Sherman. What is
Sherman's Jewish.
No.
Oh, it's not? I
No.
figured any man was Jewish.
No, I don't know if you
Hoffman.
remember World War II, but the Nazis drove Sherman tanks.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think they did. Did they not? Am I?
Sherman tank. Give that a goog.
Give that a goog. The Sherman tank. Is the Sherman tank the German tank? I don't know.
Interesting.
It might be of German descent. Is it? Or is that?
The M4 Sherman.
Look here.
Wow.
Look here.
Why do you care where I look?
Because you should be facing the camera.
I don't. Okay.
That's our camera right there. The fact that you're always going like this to look things up is not good broadcasting.
Who cares? No one cares. I've never seen one
Can
comment
you excuse us
about.
for a minute? We're not getting along. We've had
Do
a
what you gotta
really
do.
trying day.
I've never seen one comment about me looking over there.
You don't look over there a lot. You're supposed to. What do you think we set this up?
I look over here at the guest. Why can't I look over here at the screen?
Because you should be sharing your Googling with the guest. I'm sorry. Is this embarrassing?
No,
You're right in the
no.
middle of a family
I'm
argument.
jealous. At least you guys are talking. I haven't talked to my family in a while.
We talked to your mother accidentally. I didn't know
Last
I talked
time.
to your
Oh,
mother
yeah.
last time I was here.
That was awkward.
Was it?
Oh, it was brutal.
Did she say anything after?
She was like, "What the hell was that?" I was like, it's Howie Mandel. He's a kook."
Was she upset?
No, she's just like, she's a homely woman in Louisiana. She
A
doesn't-
what woman?
A homely. She
She's
lives
homely. Homely means fat again.
Is that right?
I think so. Fat and ugly.
Oh, like the
Is it homely?
size of a home. Is that where that comes from?
What is the term? Google homely and Sherman Tank came up again.
She's not
You're-
fat.
you're-
She's
you're-
apartmently. We'll go with that.
Your
Not a
mother.
house, but an apartment.
She's private. She likes being private.
Well, yeah, she's not a public fig.
And unattractive in appearance.
Homely.
Is that right? Homely sounds nice. Homely's like, I'm at home. It's
So I got
home.
your ugly
No,
mom
it
on the
could
phone.
also, if you want to go with the British definition, then
Okay.
it could be simple, but cozy and comfortable,
That's her. British.
as
and
in one's own
comfortable.
home.
Is it
Yes.
No.
No, that makes no sense.
No.
And why would there be a British? In Britain, they speak English. Why would it have a different meaning?
I don't know. It's as an adjective. There's the first definition is North American and the second is British.
That's definitely British and American. The boot, the loo, the lift. Those are all different things than we say.
You don't say any of that.
Well, the boot. I don't call the trunk the boot.
I do.
I don't believe it.
When have I ever lied to you? Just now.
There you go.
There I go.
All right.
So now that you have this Netflix special, and I know that you're in town, you're going to be at the Ace Hotel.
Yeah, the big theater at the Ace.
Or by the time this airs, this is Tuesday.
Friday night.
Yeah. And do you do the material that we're seeing on Netflix, or do you have a new how? That's
This is the tough part.
yeah.
Well, I have about a new 30, and then I have about a wonky, crappy 15.
Oh, what a sales pitch!
I know. I feel guilty, but I put my heart and soul into that Netflix, and then when it came out, you go right into the press tour stuff.
Right.
And I haven't had a lot of time to work out. You know how long it takes to build material.
That's what what's amazing is I've always said that I'm jealous of musicians.
Yeah.
Because musicians, they want to hear the hits. Mm-hmm. And then here with comedians, if you show them the hit, they go, we heard that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they don't want the hits.
No, they hate the hits. Well, especially from Chris Brown. But I will say that...
See what he did there?
Yeah. It's got to be great to be a musician. But yeah, so it's new and it's hitting, but it's not a hot hour. I wouldn't say that, if I'm being honest. So it's a weird thing where I sold out theater tour, and I'm like, great, but it's bittersweet because the act isn't where I want it to be.
So you don't then just take a break and go to the little clubs to work out your material until you...
I would love to. My agents are such money-hungry
Jews?
sons of bees.
Do you
I
wanna
want to say it.
You're kind of implying Jews.
Well, I would have gone with the word Semitic.
Okay.
But yeah, so they were like, we're going on the road. The special's out. Get out there. And you're like, don't you realize I got to put together more content? You know,
Right.
but they don't care.
Do you do? But maybe when it's this fresh, it's out there now and people are watching it. Don't you find you can repeat a little bit of it and people love?
A little. Maybe, you
And
know,
you can't assume
5
that
minutes.
everyone in the room saw that. One.
True. Well, I have my opener go, who watched the special? And I kind of get a gauge on 70%, 50, 80.
That's all your opener does. You send somebody out there
That's
for
it.
30 seconds to go, who watched the special?
Exactly. I get Kevin Spacey to go out. He asked.
Oh, wow.
and
That's
then
great. He got off. He just got
I
off.
saw he got off on a few kids. But yeah, no, he got off, and so did Army Hammer.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, Hammer time.
He did?
He got off. I couldn't believe it.
I didn't. When was that recent?
Yeah, last week.
He got off.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard. He ate all the witnesses. Is that what he did?
What
What did he get off? What did he get charged with? Wasn't he a cannibal? Didn't they say he was supposed to be a cannibal?
Yeah, he was eating body parts and stuff.
And is that frowned upon?
Apparently, we live in such a sensitive society. Can't eat body parts anymore.
Wow. That's a Dahmer shame.
But I think when you're that good looking, you got to just keep, it's almost like drugs. You got to keep upping it to get the high.
Not only is he good looking, he's rich. He's from the Hammer, Arm and Hammer.
Arm and Hammer.
Arm and Hammer.
You just put that together?
I just put that together.
Look at that. I remember that happened to me with Every Kiss Begins with K. I was sitting alone and I heard that on the radio and I went, Every Kiss Begins with K.
Right,
K
Jewelers and the K from Kiss.
Don't you love
I
that?
just got that.
Oh, here's another one for you.
You know how many people at home right now just went, oh, shit.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't know. What do you think I got with the Arm and Hammer? That his name is Army Hammer?
Army Hammer.
That's not what I got because he was a cannibal.
Oh.
I was thinking
arm.
See what I was doing?
Oh, I didn't catch that.
No, I did. You did. Nobody did.
That's great.
And you know what? If I can make one person laugh, I'm doing my job, and I did.
Here,
and it
here.
was me. Just me.
I should have called him Arm and a Leg. All right, that's what he paid on the legal fees.
He's working on new material, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, that won't be in there.
Soup to Nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Soup to Nuts. And why did you come up with that name?
Well, we cover everything in the special. We had, race, gay, trans, men, women, booze, school shootings, Holocaust.
All the fun stuff.
All the fun. We do everything soup to nuts, A to B, top to bottom.
Have you
That's
had...
a spectrum? Soup to nuts?
Yeah, it's an old Jewish term, actually.
It
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's from is it the Three Stooges? Or was it the Marx Brothers that came up with soup to... But Google soup to nuts.
Yeah.
We're
I
doing
think
a
it
lot
was
of Googling.
No, or you know what was it? It was the Rube Goldberg. That guy. You know what a Rube Goldberg
Sure.
device is?
The
Yeah.
little trinket that,
That
falls,
falls
to
down.
here.
I think he came from the beginning to the end. Soup to nuts is an American English idiom that conveys from the beginning to the end. The descriptive. Does it say where it came from?
Derived from
the
the
Three Stooges. Later,
Oh, you got it.
starring the trio Three Stooges. Soup to nuts. I don't know. And also, it was the title of a 1986 episode of Mama's Family. Who doesn't love that?
I
Who
love
doesn't?
Mama's Family.
Did you?
Is that Burnett?
I think that's the lady that played with Burnett. I don't know what her name was.
I can't remember either, but she killed it.
Google who. Somebody is sitting backstage going, "Fuck, it's not interesting," and he's having me Google all this bullshit.
Well, that's fun. What did we do before Google? We had to sit here and argue about it and then never know. Remember those days?
Yeah, before Google, we were just idiots. But ignorance is bliss, and I think this is why we have a problem now, because you can find everything out.
I agree. There's too much knowing. Everything's filmed. Everything's recorded. It's not good to know everything.
So what are you talking about? What's got Mark Norman in a tizzy today? Like, what are you talking about?
Well, I've been talking about the Lizzo stuff. The Lizzo stuff bugs me a little because
You're not supposed to eat bananas out of other people's vaginas, right?
well, if you're into it, I thought now you're kink shaming. There's too many layers to all the offensiveness. It's like, well, these accusers accuse Lizzo of this, but Lizzo says no, but it's believe all women. So who do we believe? You go in these bullshit rabbit holes of what the rules are and what the hashtag is, and everyone's painted themselves in a corner.
But as an employer, do you not think that she should have removed the banana herself and served it on a plate to her dancers?
But that ain't, a plate isn't sexy. It's a sex club in Amsterdam. I thought we got into the music biz to get wacky. I want to go throw some TVs out of a window, hit a groupie with a bass. Let's get Zeppelin. That's why we go. Why not go into accounting if you want to have a square lifestyle?
So little kids who are taking, she has a 7-year-old that she just put in dance school. Is this where it's leading? This is what you think it's leading to? Just being forced to eat?
No.
I didn't put her in that class. I put her in Ariel.
Because of the Lizzo thing?
No. That wasn't the right fit for her. I put her in Ariel, the Ariel silks.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah. And they don't do banana stuff in Ariel silks.
No, she's very, wait till you have kids. You got to figure out what to.
Are you going to have kids?
Yeah, he said that. I asked him right at the beginning. You don't listen to this podcast.
I wasn't listening.
She doesn't want. The thing about my daughter with this particular podcast is she doesn't want any spoilers because she listens to it on Tuesday when it comes out rather than when we're recording it.
I have a headache.
Do you really? The hell out of her. Get this gal a Tylenol, can you?
She's teaching her kid. She was talking last night about. She was selling a computer to this. Somebody wanted to buy one of the computers from the office, and she said on the phone, he probably doesn't give a shit what kind of computer. He's just going to watch porn. She didn't realize.
That's not what happened.
Oh, boy. She's got a headache, which I've never heard a woman outside my wife say.
Really?
Go ahead.
No, Rich told me that the guy is probably going to watch porn on it, and I saw another line. I was like, it's okay, let him watch porn, and I was explaining it to my husband, and my daughter overheard, and she goes, why do people look at pictures of corn all day?
Corn. Why do they? Why will he watch corn?
Yeah.
Good band.
And then my husband says because he has a corn fetish, and she asked what a fetish was, and I said when someone's really into something, and she goes, why would people be into corn?
Yeah.
So she thinks people are just really into pictures of corn.
Well, hopefully it's only softcore corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she thinks.
They
spend. You'll see when you have children, the fun is to misinform and fill people's heads with bullshit. I think that's what we do professionally.
Sure.
But that's what she's been doing.
She's
I do
a
it all
corn
the
star.
time. Yeah.
A corn star?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. She heard that one. She's listening.
My granddaughter's a corn star.
Mm-hmm.
How about you want to talk about current events? What about we got aliens here? Nobody gives a shit.
Why is that?
Well, it's not salacious. We're like, the mermaid's black. But there's a goddamn Martian 10 feet away and nobody cares.
Do you think he's here or she's here? Or
They're
it's
here. Yeah,
How do you know?
Well, the Congress
They said-
admitted it. Congress, Jerry.
Yeah, but they're not
I think
showing it
people
to
care. Everyone's joke is that no one cares, but everyone's talking about no one caring.
Okay.
us. As long as they're not taking our jobs.
I think if the alien misgenders someone, he'll get some shine.
What is an alien pronoun?
Bleep, blop, bloop. I don't know. That might have been a diarrhea. No, Alka seltzer.
I saw them talking about that in Congress, and I was so bored because they're just
so
saying
boring.
that it was really boring.
Brutal.
How
It was
do you
like
make
this
people-
podcast. No, I'm joking, but yeah,
No,
I've
you don't have
tried
to say.
listen.
You don't have to. I'm trying to listen.
No, I tried to
the
listen to
podcast.
Congress. It was hell.
Aren't you listening to this podcast?
This I am. I
do
like
you know?
that. I was joking.
No. Why do you have to say comedy?
Yeah.
You do that. You notice that that's a big gesture that you have. There's the whole white power thing.
I know. I try to hook it a little so it's not as.
I noticed that when I was watching your show. You just come out and it's white power and comedy.
He hooks it though.
It's
It's not.
more-
It's not the same
it's a
meaning
hook.
if you do this.
Yeah. I
Well,
give it a little bend.
It's white power with a little bit. If you just and you limped the rest.
It's like a gay white power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got a snort. Well, what are you, Hunter Biden? A lot of
Oh my
snorting.
god! You get that?
Yeah, I get
I
it.
do that. I
Coke
do.
in the White House.
Coke in the White, but they couldn't find it where it came from.
I think it's keeping Biden standing. That's what the Coke is.
Oh yeah, when you watch that guy, when you watch Biden, and I'm not taking any side here, but cocaine is not the first thing that comes to mind.
No, Blue Chew. Well, he's gonna need the Blue Chew to.
What's Blue Chew?
Wait,
That's
that was one of our
Viagra.
sponsors.
Oh, I know what Blue Chew is. I want you to speak.
I should have said Viagra.
Is
That'd
this
have been a better
episode?
joke.
Is this episode brought to you by
No,
Blue Chew?
no, but that was one of our sponsors.
Well, they're not our sponsor anymore, so fuck them.
yeah.
Which is what you do with Blue Chew.
There you go. Fuck 'em.
Remember, you were uncomfortable because we had to talk about Blue Chew together.
Ooh, daddy daughter.
Have you ever tried any of that stuff?
Sure, I'm on it right now.
You're 39.
Well, I get in my head. Here's my thing. If I actually like the gal, I can't get it up. But if it's some floozy on the road, I am hard as a matzah.
So, so women should feel good about themselves if you can't get it up.
Exactly. Just
That's
me,
what
though.
a great story.
Well, women are like,
You know
Maybe
what's
that's
going
why
on
you
here?
have a problem
I
getting
love
it in
you.
your wife's butt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you think the noodle would help? I could just jam it in, but it's that tight.
Have you ever actually taken Viagra?
Yes.
Yes. And did you have? Was that a good experience? I don't know what happens
No.
when you're young and you take that.
I don't need it, so I just was like, I'm curious, and I pop one, and you're just hard for too long, and now you're at the grocery store with a boner, and I'm wearing sweatpants, and kids are running away. I'm knocking the Jif over on the aisle at dick level. It's not good.
Well, that night you took it because you were curious. Was there a lady around at any moment, at any time, or you just took it to go shopping?
Well, this is years ago. It was a goof, and my friend had one. I said, "Give me one of those." And
Wait, your friend?
yeah, he takes them.
So
Why was
just
he
you
taking
and
it
a
with
guy.
you?
You and a.
He had one. He goes, "I have a Viagra. Give me one of those. I want to try it."
Wait. You don't do that.
Wow, it's testing. I take a lot of drugs.
No, I know, but that's not a drug where you're gonna take it. There's no women, no date, no nothing. Just you and your buddy.
I called a gal and fixed it, but it wouldn't go down. Even after the civil rights hose of semen that shot out, it wouldn't go down.
It wouldn't go down.
No.
So you fucked her and then went shopping.
Yes, with a boner. It was a heil. My dick wouldn't stop hiling.
Hiling. They always say, I see in those commercials, they say if it's over 4 hours, you should
Yeah.
call a doctor. Was it 4 hours?
It was about 3 because I kept looking at baby photos of my dad, and that really helped to get rid of it. That toned it down a smooch, which thank God. Imagine if that helped it. That'd be a rough night.
Do you ever look at baby photos of your dad while you're fucking somebody so that you can last longer?
That's not bad. Maybe I'll tack one on the headboard.
I would do that.
That's not bad.
Who's my daddy? Who's my daddy?
All right, we definitely can't call him now. It'll be too weird.
Well, does he listen to this podcast?
No.
Will he listen?
I don't think he knows what a podcast is.
Really? You don't have a good relationship with your father?
No, we're fine. It's just, he's still dad. He's a scary guy.
Your dad is a scary guy.
Well, he's got a temper.
Is that true, or are you making a joke?
No, it's true. I mean, that's why I think I'm so skittishy, because he was like a cat. Like, everything was going fine, and he would just turn on a dime. And
Is
you're
he
like,
a Is he a drinker?
No, not really. I think bad childhood. I think he was kind of like, I got these dumb kids. I got a homely wife. What am I doing here?
Did you get
British homely.
Did you get beaten?
Nah, I mean, I got a little Chris Brown every now and then, but nothing substantial.
No blood.
No blood.
No broken skin, bones,
No,
nothing.
no.
But he's mean.
Well, I don't want to say he's mean. I think he was just angry. He gave to the homeless. He was a sweet guy, but
No, you
He
can't
was
take it
nice to
back.
everyone.
yeah,
He beat the
Is that
shit out of his
you?
kids and then went out and gave your shoes to the homeless.
yeah. After he hit me with them, yeah. But no, he was nice. I'm exaggerating.
I gave my shoes to a homeless guy.
You didn't have a scary
No,
dad?
he didn't take it.
No, I didn't.
Really?
He didn't take it.
I know that was scary. I gave my shoes to a homeless. I saw this guy on the street in Santa Monica, California. His feet were blistered and everything. And I had just gone to the Nike store and bought a new pair of shoes. And I had a bag with my shoes that I'd worn. And my shoes were like almost brand new. I didn't need shoes. I just
Yeah.
was in Nike and I saw these shoes and I bought these shoes. And then I say to the guy, I'm walking past the homeless guy, and I go, "Hey, buddy, what size shoes do you wear?" And he goes, 10. And I go, "You know what? You're in luck. I'm 10." And I gave him the bag. And I'm walking along the
What a guy. What are you, Mr. Beast? That's great.
one pair of shoes. And
Hey.
I'm Mr. Beast.
But
Used shoes.
You just bought them, though.
No, not the new ones.
Oh, you gave
I
me
was
the
wearing-
old ones. I'm sorry. I
Yes,
thought, okay,
yeah.
you're not that nice.
Well, let me just, for the story, I'm
Got
going to
it.
say, I gave him the brand new shoes.
There you
but
go.
No, I gave him the old shoes. But they're not old. My shoes were in the shape of these shoes that I'm wearing right now, which
Yeah.
are in great shape, but
They're solid. For a hobo, that's a nice score.
I haven't heard the term hobo in like 38 years.
Derelict? What do you like?
Homeless.
Ah.
Or what, they don't even call unhoused.
Unhoused. It's all
which is
so stupid.
ridiculous.
Why is that ridiculous?
Because why would somebody who doesn't have a house going, don't you fucking call me homeless.
Right.
I am unhoused.
It's like sex worker. I just peed on this lady's face, and she's like, whoa, I'm not a prostitute. I'm a sex worker. I'm like, well, tell that to my stream of urine going down the gullet.
Wow. You've really changed since you were married.
No.
So I hand this guy my shoes, my old shoes, and I'm walking along with my wife. I'm walking down Santa Monica Boulevard, and I hear, hey! And I turn around, and it's the unhoused guy running after me with the barefooted, with his feet bleeding. Hands me back the bag I handed him. He goes, I don't like him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's when you know you got bad taste. But I hate when hobos do that because I gave a homeless...
Hobos?
Sorry, a fentanyl addict.
Okay.
There you go. I gave him my big pot of leftovers, like a to-go box. And he goes, what is that? I go, dude, it's some primo Indian food. He goes, oh, get the hell out of here. And he hit it out of my hand. I was like, what the hell?
I had a similar thing. This guy's going, you got some cash. You got some cash for food. You got some cash for food. So I said, what do you want, buddy? What do you want? And he goes, I just want to eat. I'm hungry. I go, come on. And he was sitting on the sidewalk right outside a restaurant.
You're like Gandhi.
I went from Mr. Beast to Gandhi.
Well, they're both very giving.
Yes. And so I take him into this restaurant. I think it was like a KFC. And I walk there and he's looking at the menu and he looks at me. He goes, I'm gluten-free. I go, pardon me? He goes, I'm gluten-free.
Hilarious.
Can we go someplace else? I go, can we go someplace else?
Oh, my God.
So we walk down the street, and I walk into, I don't know what it is, like a Denny's or something. I walk in, we walk in there, and we're going to go. I said, I'll just look at he goes, can I see the menu? And I look at he looks at the menu. He goes, ooh, I don't love this.
This is the most LA thing I've ever heard.
He goes, do you have a little more time? I go, well, I spent 2 fucking hours with this hobo.
No, you got to do this on stage.
Really?
The gluten-free hobo is a character. That's like an SNL sketch.
It was horrible. I spent 2 hours with him for lunch, and I admit my wife was mad at me because I was supposed to go to lunch with her, and I had to explain that I've already been to 4 restaurants.
I love it.
With a hobo.
The gluten-free hobo is like the vegan hooker. Hey, I can't swallow. Somebody write that down.
Write that down. He's working on the new 5.
I'll do that at the Ace.
The vegan hooker.
I mean, gluten-free hobo is gold.
I haven't even heard today. I've heard hobo the most. Like a hobo. When I was a kid, I'm in my 60s. I heard hobo. It was always a hobo who had a stick with a sack on it. You ever see that?
It's quaint. He's riding the rails.
Quaint.
Homely.
There you go.
Like your mother.
Yeah, she's homeless.
Okay. Well, homely.
Homely. Sorry.
Don't miss homely and home.
She's unhomely. Huh? Wait a minute. I'm getting confused with the lingo.
I don't know, but I had that. But I don't understand lingo. Speaking of lingo, we were talking about your daughter before. Can I talk about your other? We have this other thing where
That's one way to call a daughter.
Her sister.
Other thing?
I asked her. She said okay.
Okay, so her sister. Go ahead, you do it in case she changes her mind. She
No,
could be mad at
you
you.
do it. You
No,
do
you
it.
do it.
You do it.
You do it.
Can I
You
just
do it.
point out that you're the most germophobic man on the planet, and yet you're spending your eating hours with deranged homeless people?
Fentanyl addicts.
Yeah, these guys are covered in grease, grime, jizz,
He
blood.
wasn't deranged. It sounds like he knew exactly what he
Okay.
was doing.
Well,
But I'm not
What he
touching
wanted.
him.
Okay, I'm just it's a funny image. You won't shake the
I didn't
president's
shake
hand.
his hands, and I didn't let him pre-chew the food and spit it into my mouth. I mean,
All right.
there was no fluids exchanged. I'm walking with a person.
Okay.
I'm handing him a bag of shoes. I'm showing him a menu.
I know it just goes against your image.
Me and
You're
hobos.
squeaky clean, and now you're hanging out with a guy
Hobos.
who's covered in excrement.
Howies and hobos. Why are you
Yay.
assuming he's got shit all over himself?
Well, you said his feet were bleeding. Well, I don't know. Where's he
The
shitting?
guy with the bleeding feet is not the guy I took to lunch. The guy with the
Oh.
bleeding
Oh,
feet
that
is
was
the guy
the
I gave.
shoes.
That's the guy I gave shoes.
Got it.
Keep your hobos straight, buddy.
So you wouldn't take the shoe guy to the lunch?
He didn't ask, and I wouldn't. Fuck him if he doesn't like my shoes. Fuck him. I'm not taking. That's what I said to him. He gave me the shoes back. Went, fuck you. I'm not taking you to lunch.
All right.
That's what I said.
You did it.
That's your catchphrase.
That's my catchphrase.
I'm not taking you to lunch.
That's
Thank
it.
you. Good night.
Fuck you. I'm not taking you to lunch. That's what I'm saying.
We
You
got new
unhoused.
merch.
What?
New merch.
I do have new merch. HowieMandel.com.
There it is.
Subscribe. Thanks.
Can I get that overalls there?
This is not.
That was
us.
that. You know, that's Ethan. Last week, on last week's show, you met him and promoted this show.
Yes.
You met Ethan Cohen from the H3
Klein.
pod. Ethan Klein, Cohen, Klein.
yeah.
It's all Jew shit.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Schwartz,
Greenbaum,
Goldstein. We could keep going.
Spielberg,
Yes.
Epstein, Weinstein, Madoff.
Right.
All the good ones.
All the good ones, right. Anyway, his wife, Gila, has a fashion line called Teddy Fresh, which we wear.
Teddy Fresh.
Yeah, and this is a Teddy Fresh. She's been wearing this for a week now.
Yeah.
You could puke
I haven't taken
on
it off.
you could
That's
puke
how much
all
she
over that
likes it.
thing.
I
That's
changed.
why I like it, because I have kids. So
Perfect.
you could stain it and no one even knows.
It's like the carpet at a casino. You never have to clean it.
You never clean yourself?
Never.
Well, I'll see you at KFC.
Her kid thinks that we have a family member, we're not allowed to say, that was pregnant.
Oh.
And it was a secret. It's a secret. Shh, don't go, woo. We don't want people to hear about it. It was a secret. So for whatever reason, my granddaughter came in the room and found out, and we didn't want her to know. And she's only 6. And she said,
Wow, pregnant at 6?
No.
She's not 6.
Oh.
and is she pregnant?
My daughter, you think my daughter's 6?
He said pregnant at 6.
No, but she's not 6.
How old is she?
She's 9.
That's more of a
Oh, I'm dyslexic. I saw it upside down.
probably more of an 8.
What's the difference between 6 and is she 9?
She's 9.
Wow.
Well, you're not a pedophile. That's a good sign. Pedophile would have known that to the month.
It's a good thing about me.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Beast, Gandhi, and not a pedophile.
That's not a bad list.
No, you're really throwing this together really quickly. Anyway, she thought we didn't want to spread the word that her sister was pregnant and that she was having a girl. So she said, and she kept saying, "What are we going to call it? What are we going to call it? What did they have a name?" And we didn't want to say a name or anything. So what did you tell her the name was?
I told her that they chose a name and that the name is Syphilis.
Oh, it's Greek.
Yeah, and so my daughter now is going around telling everyone that she is going to have a cousin named Syphilis.
Well, she has a T-shirt now that says, "My grandparents love me more than syphilis," because we told her that she'll be the favorite. But the funny thing is, I was sitting at a table and some people were sitting next to me and they asked me how many grandchildren I had, and I said I have 2, which is her grandchildren.
No, my children.
And her children. And I was sitting with my granddaughter who said, "You forgot that
You have syphilis."
That Riley has syphilis."
It's kind of a pretty name. I dated a black chick named Gonorrhea.
Did you?
No, I'm joking.
Oh,
But some of these STDs have nice names.
Syphilis is pretty. My daughter thinks it sounds like a
chlamydia
Greek
sounds
name.
like a vacation spot.
Yeah, twice last year I went to chlamydia.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's a-
what were you saying there,
it's a
Jack?
private club. Go ahead.
No, I said syphilis sounds like a Greek name.
It does, yeah.
Did she say that with her girlfriend in the back?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a Greek god.
It sounds like a Greek god.
The Greek god of anal.
Syphil.
Can you get syphilis from anal?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Don't ask me how I know.
I don't even really know what syphilis is.
Google
it's,
it.
bacteria
Google it.
infection.
Watch, it's a picture of his homely mother. What is syphilis?
It's a bacterial infection, usually
pan.
spread by sexual contact. But I want to see what it looks like.
Oh,
What
you don't
syphilis
want to
looks
see
like.
it.
Yeah, images.
It looks
No.
like your overalls.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
wow.
It's on the back of his neck.
Wait, it's not
Whoa.
even like on your genitals.
Well, they
How
got
is
the
that spread?
They got the filter on.
How is it spread on
Who's
the back of
fucking someone else's neck?
Oh, you never done a neck job?
No.
They're showing you every part but sexual. Okay,
Oh, no,
we
there's
know.
that.
We see
We
that.
got that.
Who's doing that? Is that Jenny?
Wow, that looks a
Is
lot
that
like
Jenny?
That's a lot
Yeah,
like
I'm
mine.
looking at the neck. I'm looking at the hands, and somebody on the computer is circling the penis.
Jenny loves a dong.
Yeah. Anyway, have you ever been on I know you're married and you've been with the same woman for a long time. Have you ever dated on an app?
I did it for a hot minute. Yeah, I was in a long relationship in college and
On
all
an
that.
app?
Well, then I got out and went on the apps like crazy.
Which app?
I did the Tinder, but the Bumble was really the moneymaker.
That's where the
You were charging?
women. Are you saying that women were picking you? Is that why?
Yeah, the women pick you, so the half the battle's over. You don't have to do the rigmarole.
No rigmaroling.
No. So they come to you and they go, "Hey, what's your story?" And you go, "Hey, all right, let's get a drink." And you cut out all the bullshit because she likes you already, and I'll take anything.
Do you get in trouble much? Because
A little, yeah. I just ignore it, keep going.
Really?
Well, we're all gonna die one day. I don't know. It seems so silly to.
I love that. I love
just harp on all the little.
What's
jabs.
the biggest? I'm not asking you what it was from, but what is the biggest backlash you had? Not what it was for, but what happened in that case. Have you ever had people like picketing outside a show?
No. I don't think I'm big enough for the picketing. I just a lot of mean tweets, a lot of comments. This is appalling. You should be ashamed of yourself. I've had people walk out. I had a lady at a show once in Kentucky. She came up to me after the show and she goes, "You got to stop saying the R word." And I was like, "Well, it's just a joke. I don't, And she's like, "Well, I have a Down syndrome person in my family." I said, "Well, so do I." And she was like, "Well, I think you should stop saying it." And I go, "Well, how'd you like the Holocaust jokes?" And she goes, "Those were great." So I was like, "All right, so it's only when it's your thing that it bothers you." But I just kept doing it.
But it's mostly about your comedy, right? Like all
Yeah. But I just don't understand. We have like real problems. There's fentanyl. There's people
Hobos.
cutting clits off in Africa, and the women with the burqas, and then people get mad about the jokes. I don't know. The joke thing isn't real. The clit cutting is
joke.
real. Yeah.
Wow.
I heard a great speech by Ricky Gervais that was talking about it. That was saying, in comedy, you shouldn't say like the joke is offensive because there's nothing intrinsically offensive about the joke. You should say like, I'm offended because it's always an opinion and you're allowed to have your own opinion and be offended by something, but no joke is intrinsically offensive.
I love that.
Yeah.
He nailed it. Old Gervais. Old crooked teeth Ricky. That wasn't offensive. Just a joke. But you're right, because you can be offended. That's fine. And I don't want to offend people. That's not my goal. But if it happens, it happens.
But like that woman was offended
Yes.
because of her personal experience, but
Yes.
she wasn't offended by a Holocaust joke, which someone else may be offended by and is
Exactly.
entitled to be offended based on their own feelings and personal experience.
Here, here.
Right.
Well said.
Okay,
But also, there's probably you have a better chance of offending 6 million people than you do.
are you offended by prolapse anuses?
No.
No.
I prefer them.
Yeah.
I wish my wife had one.
That would make it
You don't
easier to
have
get
one.
in.
You can do one.
Oh, you do one?
You
Yeah.
do it. Like I learned that the hard way. I almost got canceled for. I posted a prolapse anus. That's the picture up there above. I posted that on. It's above the camera. You can't see.
Why'd
it.
you post that?
I didn't know what it was.
Oh. All right. Well, you plead ignorance.
Do you know what it? I did. That didn't help me. I lost some sponsors, and I lost.
Really?
Oh yeah, and I apologized, and
Oh, is that where the butt kind of comes out?
I didn't know that.
Okay, I don't know.
It's not
well.
kind of that.
Like if
it
you
is
saw that, would you know what that was?
No, it looks like a nice brain.
Yeah, I thought. Oh,
He said he
I
thought it was a
cupcake and wet cupcake stuck to the back of somebody's ripped pants.
That'll be a new flavor soon. We got breast milk and Cheeto and mac and cheese. Prolapse anus, I'd eat that.
You'd eat it?
I'd eat that flavor
Yeah.
of ice cream. We got everything else.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was thinking.
I eat ass.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, all the kids are doing it. Builds the immune system as well.
Does it?
Does it when you eat ass, like and you're talking about your wife?
Yeah.
Does she? Is this something? Does it happen, or does somebody ask? Like, is it a request? Like, because you'd have to get into a position to do it. Like, I don't know how you would. Like, would you say, "Honey"?
And I don't think it builds the immune system.
Well, you're getting a lot of weird flavors.
Yeah, but do you say to her? Do you say to her? What's her name? May.
Yeah, wow, you nailed it.
I'm amazing.
You're good.
The one thing people know, the one thing people talk about on this podcast is how I do my research and my homework.
Yeah, it's impressive.
That's the one thing people have always mentioned, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very
About
good.
This podcast. But you would say, May, bend over, I'm going to eat your ass.
I don't, you don't announce. I feel like announcing is not that sexy, but the B hole is wildly close to the V hole.
Oh, so it's an accident.
Yeah, well, you're painting a fence back there. You might hit a tree.
Why I found that so funny?
Because it is. What do you mean? You take away that you're laughing at what he said, and then you take it all away by going, I don't know why I think that's funny. Can you imagine an audience?
Why that?
Because you can picture the tree, and your brushes go, oh, I hit the tree. It's a visual gag.
The fact that she's got something growing out of her ass.
Yeah.
Or her vag. I don't know where's the tree? Where's the...
Well, I think the tree was the butthole in this metaphor. It's got bark. There's a squirrel in it.
And sometimes you
little sappy.
you give it some nuts.
I give it some nuts, and
From
then
the
I
killer
go,
squirrel?
time to leave.
I heard her on an interview talking about queefing.
Oh, really? She's the queen of queefs, we call her. Because she is,
Who's we?
Who's we?
you know, the kids around the neighborhood, the pastor. She's really got a real squawk box down there.
Wow. Is she ever considered being on AGT?
I'd give her the pass. But I could hear her. We have a good roll in the hay, and then she's walking around the house. It sounds like
What
Thomas,
after?
Yeah, just sounds like Thomas the Tank Engine around the
For
house.
how long after?
A minute and a half, 2 minutes. But she goes and gets the newspaper, and I can hear every footstep.
So,
I know where she is at all times.
should we phone her?
No.
Nah. Why call her? Just talk about her.
There you go.
So you'll have sex with your wife.
Yeah.
She goes, I want to go read an article.
Uh huh.
And then as he's leaving the room, it's a queef fest.
Yeah. You know that movie A Quiet Place? She'd be caught in a second.
I guess her vag is not a quiet place.
No. Sorry. It's like a Puerto Rican at the World Cup. It's loud, baby.
Oh my God, you are so fucking funny.
Oh, come on. Thanks.
What are you doing now? Are you announcing
Sorry.
our show? What's going on?
What?
I didn't want to put it all the way on. I didn't know it's a big commitment. There we go.
Are you afraid? And I'm not making any comment or anything. But why do you wear your headset like that? Like, is this hair? Do you not want to mess your hair?
I think it's a cool thing.
No, my hair, if it gets flattened, it's done. I can't have the flat head. I can't put a cap on. I look like a weirdo. So I can't have anything pressing on it.
So this is like, do you have product in there? Did you make this? Did
No,
you raise it?
No, I raised it. It's all natural, but
But you spend some time quaffing.
well, I like it a little up. If I have a low flow flat
Yeah.
day, I feel off. So I don't want to push it down.
Wow.
It's
You don't
a-
seem like the type of guy that would even think about his hair.
I don't really think about it, but
Yeah, you do. Yes, you do.
Maybe I do.
You did.
That's all I got.
But look at the headsets are really. See
Still
the
works.
fact, but I would imagine if in the middle here you had a little bit of a flat spot
Yeah.
versus people who are watching this with the guy wearing his headset.
No, it's a cool thing, I think.
I don't
is?
think
Yeah.
it's.
But he
not
was
for me.
willing until I said something to stand like this, like an announcer from 1930 on TV. Everybody, welcome to the podcast.
Well, I do ride a little hog around the city, and I don't wear a
Wait.
helmet because I don't want to flatten my hair.
You don't ride. You have a motorbike? Is that what you ride? A motorcycle?
Like a
moped.
2-stroke moped, yeah, scooter.
Like a Vespa?
No, it's got a little more juice than a Vespa.
What's wrong with the Jews?
No, nothing. It's got more juice.
More Jews.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I fell off of it once and knocked myself out.
Because you don't wear a helmet.
Yeah, I flew right over the handlebars.
In Manhattan, you're
In
doing
Manhattan,
this? You're
8th
an
Avenue.
idiot.
I
You're
know.
an idiot for driving a bike. And why don't you just take an Uber or do...
I like the hog. I like riding, getting that wind in my face.
A two-stroke hog.
Yeah.
Where he doesn't have to wear a helmet. It's not a hog.
Well, look, I wore a helmet my whole high school career. I was slow, so I'm sick of wearing it.
It had nothing to do with the bike.
No, I wore it at school. But yeah, I fell off the bike, knocked myself out. I woke up. Construction workers were carrying me onto the sidewalk and going, "You okay, buddy? What's going on?" And I came to.
And you're still riding the hog.
Yeah, it's a great way to get around Manhattan.
Seems like it. You're really explaining it. I mean, everybody is going to buy
Weren't
a
you
two-stroke
late
hog.
to wherever you were supposed to go because you got knocked out? It doesn't seem like a great place.
Well, I was going home,
great
so
way.
there was no time constraint. But I It was a doozy. I remember my gloves. It was winter. My gloves were torn right here. So you could see my palms, and I just hit my head on the cement. But
So why, will you not wear a helmet because of hair?
I just don't know. It's
Why don't you wear a helmet the way you're wearing the way you're wearing the headset?
What am I going to protect the back of the neck with the syphilis?
You don't know what.
All right.
Soup to Nuts is exciting.
Very exciting, but now I got to write a new one. It's very bittersweet.
But you got a good half hour and a
Got a
shitty
half.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Go see them.
And
I would imagine that, and I've watched you do that. Do you do a lot of crowd work? Because your crowd work is funny too.
I try not to. I think we're in a crowd work boom right now, and I think we're all getting a little fatigued. I know I am. Every clip, where you from? What do you do? What is that? Daddy, daughter? What is that, a porno?
Don't you think that people post most of their crowd work, though, because they don't want to give away their actual material for when you come and see them?
100%, but I do think a lot of people have no material.
And they just rely on crowd work.
Exactly. And then their fans see these TikToks and they go see them and they're trying to do a real act and the fans are like, I thought you were going to talk to me, which is a kiss of death.
Is there an actual kiss of death?
It's a good question.
You know anybody that's been kissed to death?
I guess not.
Do you know anybody who can kiss someone to death?
Someone who has syphilis.
Oh, yeah. Al Capone died of syphilis.
Didn't he die in that shootout?
Give it a goog.
Give it a go.
That's what the movie did. I think the Untouchables might have changed the ending, but he died of syphilis in jail.
I thought he died in that big shootout in the car.
No, that's The Godfather.
No, that was Al Capone.
Telling you. Let's make a bet.
Okay. I'll
What,
bet
$20?
you.
Bucks?
You want to bet $20?
Here, they can look it up and write it in the comments. Who's
I'm
right?
saying he died of syphilis. You're saying he got shot. You're the witness.
$20.
Okay.
$20.
Does somebody have 20? Can you loan me $20 if I lose?
I might.
Okay.
Oh, this is exciting.
All right, let's see.
Can't believe.
Well, it's like a game show now.
I know. Bum bum. We need one of those girls with a
Al
briefcase.
Capone died. How did he die? He died of cardiac arrest after a stroke. Boom, we're both wrong.
Fuck.
No, hold on.
Wait, how'd he get the stroke?
Syphilis.
Oh!
Wait.
No.
Syphilis. Wait. What did he say? What does it say?
It said a form of a sexually syphilis
Well, he
yeah.
may have had syphilis, but he didn't die
that
of it.
affected the nervous system and destroyed his brain function so badly that he never regained
Okay.
a mental age of more than 14. But it doesn't. He didn't
syphilis
die
made him
from that.
immature. Syphilis
Okay.
will make him immature.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, you
All
gotta
right,
go.
We're both wrong.
I know
You
you
have
got
to
to go.
go.
You got to go.
No one gets $20.
Nah, I guess
Keep your
not.
$20.
You have to go. I wish you could stay for another hour, but you're going to go do other
So we
podcasts.
could Google more shit.
So we can Google more shit. I love you for coming in. I know that you just got off a plane.
I'm all good. I appreciate you having me.
No, I appreciate you. I got to tell you, I really, genuinely, if you want to escape and laugh and just roar, Soup to Nuts on Netflix. You do a podcast too, right?
I have a couple. Tuesdays with Stories and We Might Be Drunk.
Tuesdays with
check 'em
Stories, and
out.
We Might Be Drunk, and also the merch, probably MarkNorman.com.
I have comedy and queef. MarkNormanComedy.com.
MarkNormanComedy.com. And to the rest of you, subscribe and comment. And hopefully we keep bringing you guests like this. You make me laugh. You really do. And you're a
means
good
a lot.
guy. And congratulations on the marriage. Congratulations on the special. Congratulations on this career. And congratulations. And go see the new half hour and the shitty 5 minutes and 15 minutes of spread.
Yeah,
It's going to be
please.
worth it. What you think is not great is far better than 99% of everything
jeez.
that you see out there. So
I appreciate it, Howie.
no,
and
I
Jack.
appreciate you. Until next time, thanks for doing stuff with us.
Comedy.
good.
All right. Good app.
That was. Yeah. Yeah.